Hello and welcome. This is Chrisanne, and I'm coming at you from Elemental Energies with Chrisanne. So I had a really good question a while ago, and I hope this video will address it. The question was, how do I use my journals? My journals are, I don't know, maybe comparable to others that you've seen, but maybe a little different than some of the others that you've seen. I like to put a metaphysical twist on some of the journals that I make just because that's who I am. I like to put intention and great energy into the journals that I make. So how do I use my journals? How do I journal in my journals? Because all of my journals are meant to be journaled in. So what does that look like? Well, I have a journal here. This is my personal journal. I don't own a journal, so I started to make one. Let's make a journal for myself. So I have done, I have a smaller journal that I kind of just do some manifesting in. So that's what we're going to do here with this one. So first of all, I have this really cool bag. I have a slight bag problem, if you know me. There's no cure for this, and that's okay. We don't need a treatment program. For us that like bags, we like bags. I have a bag for everything. And bonus if it even comes with a bag. So this is my journal bag. I needed a journal bag. And then I needed this cute little thing to put on the zipper. It's it's totally necessary in life. You put like a chapstick in it. Or things for your journal. I thought that was adorable. I got this on Temu, and I got this on Temu. This is supposed to be for a Bible. I'm begging. We ain't using it for that. But power to you if that's what you want to do with it. Power to you. So I thought this was really a pretty bag. And you open it up and there's spots for my favorite pens. This is one of those eternal pencil things. This is one of these multifunctional pens that I have in here. And I have some stickers and things like that here because of course we need that. And then I have my journal. So let me get this out of the way. This is a journal, this particular one that I just started. So I've talked in the past how I like to do ring binding on my journals. And that's what this is. This is a ring binding. It's these, like 3 ring binders, but I have these 2 giant rings. I get these at the Dollar Tree. And then I did a scene with my Lavinia stamps because they're my favorite stamps, and there's a lot of sparkle in this one. I don't know if you can see it. So there's sparkle here, there's sparkle all throughout here. I decorated the pages, I did all that fun stuff. That's for another day. I'm gonna mount this on chipboard, I think, because it's not as sturdy as I want it to be. It's cardstock. So my journal is made up of cardstock of multiple different colors, as well as coffee dyed papers. So you can see that here, you can see that here, some more cardstock, and then a ton of different papers that I made with the gel plate. So a lot of gel plate pages are in here because that's what I like. And then some plain ones so I can decorate those. And we need to fill this up. So this is the one that we are going to be working on today. My little book came with this little bookmark. I thought it was cute. So for this page, this is not going to be about decorating pages, this video. It's going to be about how to use the pages if they're already decorated. But just to let you know, what I did is I stenciled the background. Where's my stencil? With this particular stencil. I've used it in many videos before. I did sort of an ombre effect with some purple going to blue. I did my lines with my absolute favorite line stencil. Got this on Amazon. I believe this is the college ruled one. It's for actual journaling. And then I just added some stickers and I added a wheel tail tab right here on the edge. So I've put my lines already in this journal. So I can do this to this journal. This is one of the reasons why I like it, is I can make this journal a smaller footprint. Here at my desk, I don't have a lot of space, so I like this style. I also am planning to make one that's this style, still having the rings up here, and I might do both in this journal. I don't know, I haven't figured that out. So I can write this way, but on this one I decided to write this way. I don't know, I might mix it up. It's my journal, I can do what I want. So I want to talk about, how do I use this journal? So one way that you can use one of my journals is you can write down some of your dreams. Use it as a dream journal. What I say to people is, if you want to remember your dreams, the best thing to do is write down some key points about your dream before you get out of bed. If you're capable of writing before you have to run to the bathroom, write down some key points about your dream. You might think you're going to remember, but trust me, you won't. Just write down some key points. Maybe you had certain smells. Maybe you had certain sights. Maybe there were certain people. Maybe there was a feeling of love and compassion. So write down love and compassion. Then later on, after you get up and go to the bathroom and then come back, you have those key points that will trigger your memory to write maybe a few sentences about your dream. Maybe you have prophetic dreams. Maybe you have lucid dreams. I'm a lucid dreamer, so I can make conscious decisions in my dreams. And whenever, which is very rare for me, to not have a lucid dream, all of those are prophetic dreams, meaning I'm seeing what is coming down the pike for my future, my loved one's future, or the future. That's how I dream. I typically lucid dream. So I have the ability to choose path A or path B. And because I lucid dream, I typically have no problem remembering my dreams. When you're a lucid dreamer, it's hard to have active sleep because you're having active dreams. So that's how that works. So anyways, you can use this as a dream journal, and that is how I would use it as a dream journal. The way that I like to use it is a manifesting journal. I am huge on manifesting. People tease me that I'm a fantastic manifester, and I am. If there's something that tangible, something that I'd like to have in my life, I can manifest it. I'm like, oh, okay. And the way you do that is you write down what it is that you want to bring into your life. So I'm typically using my journals in bullet journaling form. So let me show you what that looks like. So I have a couple pens here. I know I did black lines with this. So I have this pen. This is just a black ballpoint, and it's going to kind of match that. I have these pens too, which I really like. Let me test which one I want to write with. Oops, this is a brand new one. Having a comfortable pen is super important. I have a real kind of fun collection. Like, I have a collection of these. I have a collection of, funky pens, because I think pens are really an important thing to help you with your manifesting. If you're feeling comfortable with what you're writing with, you're putting joy and happiness into what it is that you are writing. We're going to write with this one for right now because I'm feeling really comfortable with this pen. It flows nicely. So there are two ways that I do manifesting journals. I have done videos on my other way, my sort of more longer, drawn out way of manifesting. I will do another video on that in the future. But if you want to go back on my page, maybe like 2 years back, you can see that I've done some longer how to manifest videos. But we're going to do a shortened version of how to manifest. So what we want to bring in. So we are going to write manifest to bring in. Yes, I write in cursive. I know there is an entire multiple generations within the United States that can't read what I just wrote. So I will read it to you. It says, manifest to bring in, ... This is where I do my bullet journaling, meaning I am going to do a dot, and then I'm going to write what I would like to bring in. So let's write happiness. Happiness, and then we're going to write for self and for family. Hope you can see that. The next thing we're going to write is success. For business, I'm a terrible speller. So if I'm spelling anything wrong, don't hold me to it. I'm a terrible speller. Success, that's probably a double C. It's probably a double C, but whatever, I'll change it later. Success for business, and then let's write personal. So business and personal success. I would like to increase my numbers for my YouTube channel. So increase my numbers for my YouTube channel. These are just my things that I'm looking to manifest and bring in. Now, typically when I'm doing this manifesting, I am manifesting these things to happen within 1 to 3 months. That is my time frame. And I'm going to write that right up here. 1 to 3 months. The other thing that I'm going to do, and where am I going to do this? I think we're going to do this right up here. We are going to date this. So we're going to put a date here. So we're going to know, are these things going to happen within that 1 to 3 month period? Manifest to bring in. You know, I would love to have a date with a nice man. And I don't mean the fruit to eat dates, you know. Date with a nice man. Manifest to bring in, I would like my son to get the job he wishes. He's working in a temporary capacity right now, and he hasn't been hired yet. He works for another company that works for the company that he wants to work for. It's kind of a long, weird story, but he wants to get hired by that actual company. So my son to get the job that he wishes. That's huge for me. And that's a possibility of 3 months that happening, or thereabouts. Possibly 4 for that one, depending on his birthday. So, you know, I would like to have, let's see, the energy to create lots of art projects, etc. So you see how I'm doing this. These are things that I would like to create. I would like to manifest. I would like to bring the energy in. When you are manifesting, it is important to put words to what it is that you want to manifest. By writing it down, I have my words that become my intention, that become the hint, hint, nudge, nudge to my guides, my angels, my loved ones, all of those on the other side to come in and bring the energy of success for all of these to happen within my life, within this time frame. I have given it a time frame. I have said this to happen within this time frame. Okay, angels, make it happen. Okay, angels, bring in all of these things. The other thing is I am saying I am ready, I am willing, and I am capable of accepting these things into my life. This is the time that I would like to receive. Do you see how I'm manifesting that? I'm putting that out into the universe. I am putting my angels on alert that these are the things I'm ready, willing, and able to accept in my life because the time is right now. If there is something that I have not put on this list, I can come back in a month and I can add that to my list. And if that's the case and that's what I'm doing, I'll just put like a little notation of the date that I added that to my list. So I'll know, is that happening within that 1 to 3 month time frame? Because that might be a different time frame than these based on when I wrote these down. Okay? There's nothing wrong with coming back and tweaking this. Maybe, I put happiness for self and family. Maybe I want to come in and I want to make that a little bit more narrower so I can add that here. Now, I have 2 pages that are available for manifesting here. Am I going to fill both of these up right now? Probably not. I mean, maybe I should have started on this page first, but that's okay. Sometimes I start in the back of books and I go forward. I have a lot of notebooks that I start writing in the back and not the front. I start something else in the front and I start something else in the back. And they kind of meet in the middle. I'm weird. That's how I do things. You do what works for you. Maybe you wanted to start on this page to create your manifesting first. That's fine. But here's the other thing that you do. And that's probably what I'm going to use this page for. I am going to take all of this and I'm going to be like writing a paragraph, and I'm going to say, angels, please bring me in happiness for myself and family with much success for me on a personal level and on a business level. I would also like you to increase my numbers on my YouTube channel. Please help me to have a date with a nice man. We also need to add worthy. I would like my son to get the job that he wishes and desires. And I would really love to have the energy to create lots of art projects that will in turn feed my soul and make me happy. I'm going to write that as a paragraph, probably on this page over here. I'm not going to do that on camera. I'm going to do that later. But that is what I will write. I will find my words to put all of this into a paragraph, into an action statement, into a setting my intention paragraph of this is what I want. When you do that, you're putting that out there. And that is so important to have the right words to put that out there of what you're looking for. Now, this is very broad. This is a very broad intention manifesting page. Maybe I want to come on this page and I want to write happiness for myself and family. Maybe I want to bullet journal 6 things, 10 things of what that looks like. What is happiness for myself and family? I want to elaborate on that. And maybe the next page, success for business and personal. So I'm going to bullet journal here 10 points of what that would look like for success for my business, etc. These might be very broad, but I can make them much more narrower as I go on in the book, as time goes on. If I feel that this isn't narrowing down, or I see that the energy isn't helping me to narrow down happiness for myself and family, I'm going to come in and I'm going to journal exactly what that looks like as happiness for myself and family. It's almost like going down the rabbit hole with narrowing this down, narrowing this one down. I can have a whole page just on energy to create art projects. I can have a whole page on each one of these bullet points. I can have paragraphs on each one of these bullet points by adding adjectives to what this looks like. So I hope that helps you to understand a little bit about how I journal. My journals, my personal journals, I make like all of these fun things. And yes, I'm going to be putting some of these in this journal because, I like tickets and all that fun type of things that I want to keep within the journal. But I also do lines like this because I do a lot of writing, especially when it comes to manifesting. I want to put it on paper. I want to find my words. I want to put it on paper. I want to set my intention. I want to put my angels on alert so that all of this can come in to me. Because, hey, why not? There's so much wonderful energy in the world. There is enough to share. Don't feel guilty about asking for success in business. We can all be successful in business, and we can all be supportive and helpful of each other. So when you're creating these, don't feel guilty about what you're asking for. Don't feel like you're asking for too much or what you're asking for is taking away from somebody else. By me asking for success in business, let me tell you what that looks like for me. I used to own a shop. I don't right now. That's temporary. When I had a shop, it was extremely successful, and I was able to help a lot of people. So by my success, people came in, they needed canned foods, have canned foods. People came in, they needed a reading and they couldn't afford a psychic reading with me. I had a sliding scale. I didn't advertise that I had a sliding scale, but I had a sliding scale. People came in and they were having problems with whatever in their life. And sometimes I would just give them a crystal here. I knew they were coming in to look at crystals. I had a crystal shop. I had an art shop. I taught in my shop. It was a metaphysical shop with very heavy on the art. I had tons of tarot decks, a gazillion crystals. It was a really fun place. By my success, I was able to help other people. So do you see by me saying it's okay to ask for me to be successful, because that's the trickle-down effect. That's that waterfall effect where I can share, I can incorporate other people in what it is that they need and what's going to help them so they can go on and help this one and help this one and help this one. That ripple effect can be very powerful. So don't ever feel guilty about asking for whatever within your life, especially if you have that wonderful intention of how you're going to utilize that to help others. I hope that makes sense. Any questions? Feel free to ask. I get some wonderful questions and wonderful comments, and I love it. I appreciate it immensely. So let me give you a little bit of a closer look at this in case you didn't see it. I'm going to hold this up here. If you can read my writing. Yeah, I know I have spelling errors. That's the joy of being me. Like I say, it's handmade. So you can create your own manifesting. Maybe you have a journal. Maybe you don't have a journal. Maybe you have a piece of paper and you want to tack it up on your mirror. This is how you do it. This is how you put out there what it is that you want, need, and desire. Let's all manifest together. We need to put a lot of positivity in the world right now. We always do. But right now especially, we need to put as much positivity out there as possible so we can have that ripple effect. And this is how I do it. I'm kind of happy to have a break from having the shop right now because trust me, it was a 24/7 job. It was in my house. So there was never a break. Ever. Ever. People would knock on my door at 10 o'clock at night. I just need a crystal. I just need to sleep. But I always helped them. I'm grateful. I'm truly grateful to have a break right now. Loved it as much as I did. I'll have another shop again in the future. I have an online shop, which I link in every single video that I do. So if there's anything you're interested in, check that out. But please subscribe to my channel so you can help me increase my numbers for my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please manifest what's going to make your life brighter. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care. Be free.